Hello, and welcome back to Factorio. This is episode 22 of our Factorio 0.17 tutorial Let's Play walkthrough game. In the last episode, we set up our oil refinery to produce petroleum from these oil refinery machines here, and we set up the production of plastic from the resulting petroleum and coal. Today we're going to set up the next important oil product, and that is sulfur. We are going to need sulfur for quite a number of things. So let's take a look at sulfur. Sulfur, if we set this to sulfur, it requires as an ingredient water and petroleum gas, which means we're going to use a setup quite similar to this to feed the ingredients in. We're going to set up 2 pipes there, 1 pipe there. That way we can have a line of petroleum and a line of water running. I want to make sure I have at least 3 spaces running here. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to take all this and move it up 1 spot. And let's line it up with this one. So we want it right there. And let's put power poles here and here, and we can run this out to our bus like that. And let's get some lights in. Now, we would like to fill a belt with sulfur, and this produces 2 sulfur per second, so we are going to need 8 machines will make 16 total sulfur, just a little bit too much. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like for plastic. And we're going to use the same basic setup. Put down the power poles first, so that they block everything. Machines next. Lights. Okay. Okay, and just as here, we're going to output onto a belt. And we're out of belts. Right, we'll need to go get some in a moment anyway. Let's steal a bit of belt right here, so that we can do this same trick here. Okay, and that will produce our sulfur as soon as we have some more belts, and we need to connect water and petroleum. Well, petroleum is easy. That's right there from our petroleum bus here, but we still need water. The closest place to get water is this lake. Now, or that lake. It's going to be easier to bring it in from this side, I think. Yeah. However, we also would have the option of bringing water in by train if we were really far from any sources of water, but we're really not. Now, the other thing we're going to need is an offshore pump, which is over here. And I don't believe we have those produced automatically anywhere, but it's a really simple recipe. So let's go grab the ingredients for that. All right, here we are. Let's grab some more belts. Let's definitely grab some more pipe, because we have a long route to go, the more underground pipe. And I've grabbed some iron and copper off a belt, so we can produce an offshore water pump. And now let's go to get our water. So here we are. Let's see. If we put it here and bring it in on this line, that's dead. That's pretty dead. That makes us go through our train yard here. That's a little bit inconvenient. Can we go above? We can pick up some water right here and bring it in there. I think that's a much better line. Yeah, let's go do something like that. So we are going to place our water pump. Let's put it right here. We may put a jig in this. Yeah, let's bring it up to about here. We're going to watch out for the train to not get hit by it, because that would be bad. Can we jump all the way across? No, but we can do this and that. Okay, so let's put our water pipe on this line right here. Oh, missed it. There's our water coming in. And here, we want it right here. And we've got sulfur coming in. All right. Let's see. We're going to put sulfur right on the next line here, so we can bring it in right alongside here. Let's leave one space for future plastic upgrades. Now, we're making two products in our oil facility right now. We're making plastic and we're making sulfur. And if you look at the sulfur, you'll notice that it's not quite a full belt. And if we look over here, it's because I forgot to set priority on this. We will fix that when we go back up here. Now, we need one more important product from there. We need solid fuel. But before we do solid fuel, we're going to take a momentary pause and make one more, even more critical product. Clearing up these power poles. And that product is cliff explosives, because we've got to get rid of these cliffs, and we're now ready to do it. So, if we look at cliff explosives, the ingredients are explosives, empty barrels, and grenades. Alright, we already know how to make grenades. How do we make explosives? Well, explosives are made in chemical plants. Wrong. From sulfur, coal, and water. Okay. And if you look, we get 2 explosives every 4 seconds, so 1 explosive every 2 seconds. And cliff explosives take 8 seconds to make and need 10 of them. So we really want to make sure we get the 10 per 8 seconds. That's 5 in 4 seconds, which means, well, if we make 2 of these, that'll be close enough. That'll be 4 in 4 seconds rather than the 5 in 4 seconds that we need. Actually, it will be enough because this is crafting speed 1 and this is only crafting speed 0.75. Alright, what else do we need? We need empty barrels. Empty barrels are made from steel. Okay? And we also need grenades. The grenades, as you recall, craft 1 in 8 seconds, and fortunately, we need 1 in 8 seconds. So, this needs coal, this needs coal, this needs steel, this needs sulfur and water, and this needs iron plate. How much do we need? Not a lot. 10 coal every 8 seconds, and this needs 1 coal every 2 seconds. So half a belt will do. So if we bring in a belt here, we can make this belt coal and iron. And then we need another belt here that will be not plastic, steel. And we also need sulfur. So we can bring that in right here. Because we need, well, not a lot of sulfur, but some sulfur. And we also need to bring in some water. Now the easiest way to do that is like this. That way we can use an inserter here and here. And the reason I set things up the way I did is so we can do this. Inserter here and here, and long-handed inserter here. This is in the wrong spot. That needs to go there and there. And an inserter here, an inserter there. This requires both, so that can go there and there. Alright, let's get some power in all this. And maybe a few lights. And now we just need to feed this. Now, we could just bring water straight down here, but the truth is we need water on our bus. So, let's go do that. We're going to manufacture one more offshore pump. And let's go over to the lake. And I think we will bring in water right about here. Just off our, right next to the mall. So about there. Where's that pump? There it is. All right. Now we cannot jump 2 sets, so we're gonna have to place these just as we do with our undergrounds, between each set of... And yeah, why not make this here our liquid bus section? So we will run water on the first part of it. There's 3 or 4 things we're going to want on the liquid bus, and water is one of them. Most of the rest we don't have available yet. Alright, we want water to come in right here. That doesn't look quite right. No, is this should be here. Yeah, that looks better. Some of these zigzags may have thrown me off. We may need to fix that later. All right, we have water. We need sulfur. On this line here. So that will be... There, that's where it threw me. That should be there. This should be coal and not iron ore, iron plates. So iron plates we can bring in right here. On one half of the bus. Where's our coal? Coal comes in right here. And coal needs to come onto the other side of the bus. So we will do like so. And I'm out of belts again. You know what? We can put a fake belt there, remove this one, and put a real one there. There we go. And that fake belt will keep that working. So now we should have coal on one half. That's coming in. And let's go grab some more belts. So we've got these guys working, we've got this working. We're still gonna need barrels. Oh, and you know what we didn't do? We didn't make an output box. Let's put it out right here. And let's limit it to, say, 2 stacks. These stack fairly well, so... And this needs to be steel, which is right here. that's not a convenient place to put for it to come in. So we're gonna have to do this. We'll just move it like so. And this will start producing our cliff explosives. So this is a handy little block right here. And I'm going to make a copy of it and put it in the library for, in the blueprint library for you to have access to. Because it's not big, but it's a little bit complicated to make, and you want to make sure that you have this correct. Cliff explosive. Okay, and that will be on uploaded once we have it. Now this doesn't make them super fast, but we don't really need them super fast because we don't have thousands and thousands of cliffs to break, we just have some. And we can always upgrade this later on if we need it. Let's take a look at how they work. In fact, I am going to, where are my explosives? I'm going to put them on my tool belt right there. Because they work like this. Much like with grenades, you have a green circle, that's the farthest you can throw them. But unlike grenades, they damage nothing but cliffs, which makes them wonderful. Look at that, no more cliff. We can now straighten out this whole ugly mess as soon as we have a chance. So, we've accomplished quite a bit in this episode. We've gotten sulfur production up and running. It's producing a belt of sulfur onto our bus. And we also put water on the bus. Most importantly, we made our lovely, lovely cliff explosives. So, you now know everything you need to build your own sulfur and cliff explosive production. So why don't you go ahead and try one of these yourself, and as always, don't forget to save.